Yesterday I cited a medrash where Avraham Avinu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says to Avraham Avinu that if one has Torah and Korbanos, one doesn't have to worry about Gehenna. However, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, since ultimately the Beis HaMikdash will be destroyed and there will no longer be Korbanos, you have a choice. What would you want for your children? Golus, Shibud Malchios, they should be under the control of the nations of the world, or Gehenna. So he says, I choose Arba Malchios, the 4 exiles. So Hashem says, it's the right choice. So we had asked yesterday, everybody has to go to Gehenna. If you're not perfect enough, one needs that level of purging. So why is Arba Malchios, the 4 exiles, a better choice than Gehenna? That's the question we asked. So we said one approach yesterday. So I was thinking, the Gemara tells us in Avodah Zarah, cites a pasuk, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu throughout the ages has always punished Klal Yisrael. The world, they violate the most extreme levels of transgression. Hashem doesn't rein in on them. But we, when we step out of line, HaKadosh Baruch Hu immediately reins in on us. So the Gemara says, it's a pasuk, that just as, it says pico, just as a chicken or a rooster, it pecks in the barnyard, it pecks little by little, that's the way it sustains itself. Identically, HaKadosh Baruch Hu pecks away at the debt. And he wants that we should pay the debt over time. What is it analogous to? A king who offers 2 loans, one to his most intimate subject, the other one to a subject who's not so close to him. And he gives them each the same amount of money. To the one who was not so intimate with the king, he says, the due date is this date, which is far off, make sure the debt is paid by them. To the most intimate subject of the king says, I want you to pay the debt. Every week, I want the debt to be partially paid off. So the subject who's close, the beloved of the king, says to him, we were so close. Do you know what it means? Every week I have to worry about paying the debt. Here, the stranger, you give him all the time in the world to pay the debt as long as it's paid by the due date. And me, you demand every week I should pay the debt. You don't understand. He says, that I'm asking you to pay the debt every week, this is out of love. Because ultimately, by paying it little pieces off over time, when the due date will be due, it'll be paid off. The other subject, factually, it's going to be nearly impossible to pay off the debt. That's how great the debt is going to be. And if he doesn't pay the debt, then he will be destroyed. He says, because of my relationship, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, everybody has debt. As a result of this, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, since at the end of time, when HaKadosh Baruch Hu will bring the world to Shleimus, the debt has to be paid off. And if it's not paid off, they're going to be destroyed. Shibud Malchios is payment of the debt. And as a result of that's payment of the debt, that's the Golus. When it's time for Mashiach, we speak about Chevli Moshiach, the precursor of Mashiach, the birth pangs of Mashiach, but ultimately, when he comes, the debt is paid off. The nations of the world who have enormous debt, and they keep increasing the debt, when Mashiach comes, they will go into the oblivion, never to be returned.